Hi guys and dolls, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Let's do a story time. Let's do a story time. All right. So, a couple years ago, probably more than a couple years ago, I was seeing this person, met him on a dating site. Okay? That alone does not make a person crazy, but most of them are. All right, let's just be honest, most of them are. Um, so I talked about hush. I talked about on my page I had on my previous dating page. I said dating site page. I said I would like to swim with. You know how you swim in or not swim in, but you're inside the cage and you see sharks. You go visit sharks. And he said, he wrote me, he initiated, and he said, how about I bring the shark cage? And I was like, sure, sounds good. So we started seeing each other, went out on a couple dates, and as per the usual with these types of so-called relationships, things go very, very fast because one, they want to lock you in. Two, they can't stay fake for long. They can't be a nice person for long before you start to see who they really are. So we got to speed this up because I'm losing the ability to be fake. So we got to go. We got to hurry up. So things went fast, and I think within the first... This is going to sound crazy. I know. This is going to sound really crazy. We were engaged. We talked about getting engaged, and it was only like a month or two. Maybe it was 2 months. I don't know. And before y'all go, oh, no, you didn't. Oh, no, you didn't. All this advice you give us? Oh, hell no. Let me explain. Let me explain. I know of someone who'd only known her husband when they met, she'd only known him for a couple weeks. They moved in together and they got married, and they're still married, and that was eons ago. Although that has never been my reality. That does happen. It's rare, but it does happen. And if he was if he was who he was presenting himself to be, of course you want to be with someone like that. Nice, kind, loving, sweet, attentive, major chill factor, doesn't get excited about nothing, great communication and all of that. And all of that was a facade. So I was visiting with his mom. They lived out of town from me. He would visit me and I would visit him. And he's the one that was living with his mother and perpetrating that he was going to buy a house when he was not going to buy a house. Let me get this out of the way because that's kind of weird. He would, I'm buying a house, but he never really looked for a house. He was just perpetrating that he was interested in buying a house. And like I've said before, people who are truly looking to buy a house, they look all the time. They drive around their neighborhood and outside they drive around always, they're always looking online. They're always looking for a property to purchase because they're serious about buying a house. He wasn't serious. He was just, I think he did it once or twice a month. I didn't really give it much thought, and I should have. But I did notice all of the compilation of BS has started to pile up on itself, because when they're being fake, you're gonna start to pile up the BS and the lies. You're just gonna stack them on top of each other because you thought that this was real, and it's so not. So then what happened was, we weren't going to tell his mother initially. He lived with his mom. She treated him like a husband. He never wanted for anything. She rolled out the red carpet for him, and as I told you before, this is very dangerous to do because you're twisting your child's mind. They become mentally ill. their brain doesn't develop correctly. Okay, so overindulgence is a form of abuse. Overindulgence is a form of abuse. Come here. No, get over here now. I'm getting tired of this. I really am. Get over here. Get up here. Up. Been getting on my last nerve all day. I love you dearly, but my God, you drive me nuts. Lay down. Okay? Good. Chill out. I love you. Chill out. Don't wrestle me. I don't want to be wrestled. Stop. You're going to get hurt. Anyway, he just, I start making a video. He starts getting, attention's not on him. He starts acting a fool. So anyway, he's squeezing my arm. So I have to, I don't know what he's doing. Like he can't hold your hand. So he's squeezing the hell out of my arm. Like, come on, hold me. Dude, what is wrong with you? Come on, quit. Quit. Listen. See, I'm doing something that takes attention away from him so he feel like he want to act ignorant. So anyway, behave yourself. Quit. Quit. I mean it. Stop. Put your teeth away. Put your teeth away. We're not wrestling. You're going to behave yourself. That's what you're going to do. What'd I just say? Stop it. Be nice. Good boy. Oh my God, he's like a little toddler. Stop. So anyway, we had to tell her, we were going to be secretive about it, but we had to tell her, guess what? Because I was staying there for a couple weeks. They lived, like I said, they were out of town for me. And he told me to pick out a ring. And so I didn't want a diamond. I knew I didn't want a diamond. So I picked a blue sapphire. Y'all may have heard me talking about I was engaged before and I had a blue sapphire. It was beautiful. Oh my God, it was beautiful. I eventually pawned it. So anyway. So we had to tell her because she is very nosy and very inquisitive. And it was, the package came from, I picked it out online. The package came from Hellsberg. And the package was going to come to her house. And obviously, she sees something from Hellsberg. She didn't work. She was retired. She's going to be like, oh, what is this? Did he get you some jewelry? She's going to be all in it because that's, you know, she just like that. You know, got to be all up in the Kool-Aid. So anyway, so we had to tell her. So him not being persistent about buying the house, that's red flag number one. More red flags are to come. Don't you even worry about that. More flags are coming. So we had to tell her. And he wanted me to break the news to her by myself. He didn't want nothing to do with it. He wanted me to tell her by myself. And I was like, oh no, we're not playing that game. Lay down. Behave. I said, we're not playing that game. And he sat there looking like a dud. I think that maybe he didn't want his mom to realize that he's lying, that he's perpetrating that he loves me. He was real good at being fake. Real good. They all are. They're actors. They're liars. They're good at this. Been doing it their whole life. So we had the talk with her. Told her, you know, we know it's early, but we feel a connection and we feel like we love each other and we want to support each other and have each other's back through thick and thin. You know, whatever. And then eventually, you know, once the ring is on, his mom was real excited. Even though she knew it was early, she was really excited. And I think somewhere in her mind, she was thinking, if he gets married again, yes, he was married before, his mental illness will disappear in a puff of smoke. So she's real sentimental. She wanted to do the scrapbook and let's put all these pictures in there and poems and little love notes and make this scrapbook celebrating our connection and all this other. She had us do the proposal again in front of her because she wanted it on camera. She wanted to make a video of it, and she was just like more excited about it than I was because I know, regardless of things going fast, I have to watch you closely because I don't trust people. So I have to watch you closely. Well, it's a good thing I did because he revealed who he really is. And then one time he visited me, his mom was over the moon excited. I mean, she was so over the moon. It was just crazy. Your son getting married again doesn't make his mental illness disappear. Anyway, she was hoping it did. So anyway, I saw these little fits come out. Well, it came out once, and I told you guys about this. We were in the car. He stopped in the middle of the road to read a sign on the door of this business, and he stayed sitting there. Wasn't going to move because he feels like if I don't want to move, I don't have to move. And then I said, you can't sit in the middle. Somebody beeped the horn. And that was the first time he threw himself into a rage attack. And he was like, I said, you can't sit in the middle of the road. That's why they're beeping at you. And he proceeded, if I want to stop in the middle of the road, I will. And I'm like, what? Wow. So I was in such a state of shock that I didn't say anything. I was stunned because the person that he perpetrated himself to be, purported to be, was kind, warm, loving, connected, super chill, doesn't get excited about nothing. And so that rage, that was a completely different person. Actually, that was who he really was, but he was perpetrating. The nice guy was a completely different person, okay? So we talked about it later, and I was like, what was up with that? I didn't yell, I didn't scream. I was like, what was up with that? You know, and he defended it because, you know. And then another time when we were together, he made a comment out of nowhere. We weren't even having a discussion, okay? Let me repeat that. My eyes watering because I'm right in front of the fan. We were not having a discussion about anything. We were quiet. I was in the shower. He was chilling out, you know, laying down, chilling out. And he was just laying on my bed, but no, it wasn't like that, fooling around or nothing. But I was just taking a shower, and I came out of the shower, and he said, it seems like you're not appreciative of anything. I said, I was floored because I don't even know where the hell that came from. Watch, narcissists will do that. They will just blurt crap out, and you're sitting there floored like, okay, normally with normal, healthy people, there's a build before you just come out your neck and say something. You don't just blurt things out when there's silence. That has nothing to do with anything because we weren't talking about it. Those are telling moments, okay? And I said, I never said I wasn't appreciative. I've always been appreciative. So you must be talking about your ex-wife because you ain't talking about me. Yeah, I went there. The thing that he pulled with me, he pulled when he was married. I talked about this before. Narcissists will pull sex away and intimacy away from you because that's something you want to do, so you're not getting it. So in the beginning, he was impotent, but he was hiding it with his medication. I guess he was going to the bathroom, popping a pill, and hiding the whole, they hide everything. They just hide, disguise everything. Everything you see is smoke and mirrors in the beginning. And then he got to the page of pulling away and talking about how he's impotent. And I said, well, there's medication for that. And he said, it's too expensive. That's another thing that narcissists will do. Anything that they don't want to do that's going to benefit you and not them, because they're not into sex. They're not into making love. They're not into that. They do it to manipulate. It's a tool to play with people's minds and to get you to fall in love with them. But they don't really like it. They just do it because it's something that you got to do. It doesn't hurt. It's not like getting a needle with the doctor. I mean, they got nerve endings, so they do feel something. But they don't. It's not. It's a manipulation ploy, is what it is. They could go the rest of their life. Some of them could go the rest of their life without it, although they don't because. Why are you staring at me? Why are you staring at me, weirdo? They go the rest of their life without it. But some have a lot of lovers, not because they love it so much, they just have to have it from everybody. It's a manipulation tool. They're playing everybody like a fiddle. Okay? So yeah, it's not, I don't know. And they'll take their they'll take their pill for them because they're still swooning those other people. Once they get them to quote unquote fall in love or develop feelings, then they will stop it. I said stop. I mean it. I'm not joking. He's biting me. He don't want the attention. He don't want me talking to y'all. That's what you want, the attention on him. I love you too. I love you too. It's all white. So yeah, sex is just a ploy. And when I got your head bent over me, then I'll just stop doing it. So that's what he did. I said, did this work in your marriage? Because he pulled that when he was married. So you'll be married to a narcissist, but you will be celibate a lot of times in your own marriage because they really don't want it. They can't stand intimacy. They can't stand closeness. They can't stand a real connection because they can't give that back to you. So that's awkward. That was awkward for them. Stop it. I'll be done eventually. Stop. You're such a baby, a spoiled freaking brat. Stop. Be nice. Y'all hear him? Anyway. So be nice. So anyway, the red flags are stacking, right? The red flags are stacking one on top of each other. And anyway, his behavior, anything that I wanted, I wasn't going to get anymore. If I wanted to go somewhere, it was too expensive to go. If I wanted to eat somewhere, it's too expensive. Mind you, their prices haven't changed. But all of a sudden, it's too expensive to go there because they don't want to do it because it's something I want to do. Okay? Whatever you want, you're not getting. You're getting it in the beginning because I'm trying to get you to fall in love with this fake person that I'm pretending to be. Long story short, I got to the point where, and I realized he wasn't serious about buying a house. I realized he was going to live in mommy's basement, and he's waiting for his mother to die. And I've said that before. He wants to keep her house, and every time she has a birthday, he's kicking himself in the throat because he hates it. Another birthday, another year. This is supposed to be my house. Does he ever say that? No. Is he thinking it? You damn straight. Why do you think he's not buying a house? Why should he? She is the mother, is his wife. So she's going to make sure he gets the house when she dies. Enmeshed, codependency, narcissism, you name it, all of that. Okay? So, wow. Just wow. Anyway, we got to the point where I was getting tired of his bullshit. I was getting tired of the hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. I'm not taking you there because it's too expensive. But like I said before, he took us to a Royals game, which is expensive as hell. And the food is even more expensive. He didn't have a problem with it. Expense is not an issue because that's what he wanted to do. So it don't matter if a hamburger is $200. I'm exaggerating majorly, but I'm just saying, cost is not an issue because it's something he wanted. And I finally got tired of his shit. And I said, I'm going to tell you what. I think it was on a weekend. Oh, and then he did the silent treatment because he didn't like, I guess I wasn't obeying or something. I don't know what the frick was going on. And he went silent and said, I'm not answering. I don't want to talk to you. And I'm just mad. And I just, and they will do that too. Narcissists will do that too. It's called stonewalling. If you do not obey them, if you don't give them compliments and you don't worship their feet, kiss their feet, then you're going to be ignored, silent treatment. I'm not talking to you. I don't like what you said. I don't like what you did. Or whatever the hell this little silly ass reason is. I'm going to stonewall and quit talking to you. It's extremely childish, but they're frozen in the mindset of a child from when the abuse started, whether it's overindulgence or downright abuse, as in beatings, alcoholism, whatever. Okay? So it's just, I got tired of it. And I said, I think it was a weekend, I think it was a Sunday. And I said, I'll tell you what, we're either going to counseling Friday, you have until next Friday, to make an appointment with a counselor, or we're done, because I'm tired of your shit. Monday rolls around, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday rolls around, Friday rolls around, no appointment. And I also told him, I want you to make an appointment with a counselor, and I don't want you, I'm not speaking to you. So since you want to play that game, you have the office that you make the appointment with, you have them call me to tell me that there's an appointment. I don't want you telling me shit, because I'm done. I'm not going to talk to you ever again unless you get your ass in therapy. He did not. I stuck to my word. We were done. And that's what I told his mother, that he's got a lot of his father in him, and he's just an awful person, etc., etc. So that's a red flag too, babies. That's a red flag too. If you are in a young relationship, at that point we were probably, he's been, I don't know how many months in. He couldn't be fake anymore, so he's going to show that he's really a horse's ass. Wow, like wow. His mother had the nerve to tell him. I found out, I don't know how I found out. I guess when we first started talking about counseling, I don't remember. But she made the comment, you don't need to go to counseling. You don't need to go to counseling. Oh, yes, the freaking hell he does. Because he's identical to his father. Identical to his father. Sick people, and his mother is off. I mean, your son is not your husband. You don't make his meals, wash his clothes, clean his room, clean the sheets on the bed. What the hell? I mean, well, I mean, you wonder why he's brain damaged, and you wonder why he's crazy, because you taught him that you are the king. You are the cat's meow. You're even better than me. I will put your needs before mine. So that twists a person's brain and makes them sick. Anyway, that's a massive red flag too. If you have to go to counseling, because I experienced that with Hippie. He was dysregulated emotionally too. And I was like, we need to go to counseling. So that's a red flag. That's a red flag. All of these red flags stack. And the stack got so high, it's like the Jenga game. Now everything is falling over and I'm done. So I never spoke to him again. You go to counseling or else. You have to be willing to not only make an ultimatum, because you see that this is going downhill so fast, okay? You have to not only be willing to make an ultimatum, but you have to follow through. So if you say, and don't say it as a weapon, and then forgive them again. Just don't do it. Ask yourself, can you handle not speaking to this person again? Can you handle, it's done. We're done. You have until X amount of days to do this or else. It is not, here's another thing. Men or women, it makes no difference. Here's another, thing to realize. If your mother or your parents did not raise you right, it is not my responsibility. I would never go through this again. If you're off, that's on you. Your future partners are going to have to deal with your shit. Your past partners had to deal with you. I'm done. Go ahead and whatever with somebody else, because it ain't going to be me no more. I am sick and tired of people not raising their children right, and they become twisted adults, and we have to deal with that. I'm not dealing with it no more. And if you need counseling, that's your problem. Either go on your own, of your own volition, or I'm leaving anyway. So either we go, actually, no. I'm not going to counseling with you. We've only been together for how many months? Not even a full year. I don't even think it was 6 months. And we already need to go to counseling? No, baby, we're done. We're done. I'm not going to try to fix what your parents did to you. What? I'm not going to try to fix what your parents did to you. Number one, I'm not a professional therapist, so I don't have the ability to do that. Number two, a professional therapist doesn't have the ability either in some cases, unless they are experts on narcissism, because narcissists go to therapists to manipulate them. They will pull out the tears, and she's so abusive to me. She's so nice in your office right now, but you don't know how she really is. They'll do whatever the hell they got to do. Pull out the tears or the drama, whatever, because they're manipulating the therapist. So that person has to be an expert. But it's not our responsibility to make sure that we go to therapy. That's not my job. Your stupid ass should have did that a long time ago. You know you got a long track record of failed relationships. You've got divorces under your belt if you are the narcissist, or not if you were married to the narcissist. Now I know why you got divorced if you were married to one, because they're crazy. But it's not my job to fix your brain. You've got brain damage, you've got unregulated emotions. I can't fix that. And it's not my responsibility to fix that. If you were raised correctly, then somebody, when they got you as a partner, that would be good. They'd be happy with their choice and that you chose them. They'd be thrilled. But, if you're sick, I'm done. You start throwing stupid accusations, false accusations out, I'm done. That's a sign that something's wrong with you. You claim you're going to buy a house, but you're never looking. That means you're happy in mommy's basement. That means you need to marry your mother. She wants to be your damn wife anyway. So, no, it's not, Have you been married for years and you hit a rut in your marriage or your relationship, long-term relationship, you hit a rut and the spark's not there, you haven't had a vacation in a really long time, and you just feel like you're going through the motions and you don't know exactly what the problem is, you may need to go to therapy then. But in a young relationship, no, baby, that's a red flag. No, that's a red flag. Okay? Anyway, a little story time for you. I hope you're doing well. Let me see if the monster will say hi since he was being such a butthead. Milo, come here, babe. Come here. Come here, sweet pea. Come here. You got to bring your stick, right? Or your antlers. Come here. These antlers, if you ever see... Hi. You going to say hi to people? Come here. Come here. Oh, God. Okay. You're right in front of the camera, for God's sakes. If you ever... These are antlers. I think my friend... Somebody gave these to... They love to chew on antlers. They are expensive as hell in the pet store. Outrageous. So if you see them, when you're walking through the woods, you see antlers, go ahead and get them suckers for free. You know, go ahead and get them for free, or if you see them on the ground, because they do rub off their antlers as they get bigger ones. You know, if you see them laying on the ground, grab them, because they're outrageous in the store. The prices are highway robbery. There is no way in hell a little piece of antler should be almost $20. You don't look here. You don't fell and bumped your head all kind of ways. Hell to the no. If you see them on the ground, grab them. Free is affordable, honey. Anyway, you guys take care. Much love.